Katie, why are you living in this tower apartment with us? Seriously, get the hell out of here, you parasite.
What? What the heck are you on about? Aren't you being a little too rude to me saying things like that when we haven't talked in so long?
Rude? How so? The way you've been doing things is the only rude thing that's been happening around us. I've had it up to here with how you try and treat me like an idiot.
You think I'm treating you like an idiot? What are you talking about, Bailey? If you're not gonna talk to me in a way that's easy to understand, then this whole conversation is going to get nowhere.
You're leeching off of my family, right?
Leeching off of them? I am not.
That apartment is where my parents live, as well as my brother.
Yeah, and I'm also living here.
What I'm getting at is that apartment is like my family home. So I want to live there as well with all my family.
Why do you want to come live here?
Have you not heard anything? That place is like my family's home, and so I have the right to come back there for no reason.
Hold on, this place isn't your family house though. It was my husband and I that allowed your parents to come live here with us a while back. If you had talked with them more about that, you would understand the situation.
You're being crazy. You are living in the apartment that my parents rented, and you're living there as a parasite, which is even worse. So stop lying to me, because I already know what's going on there.
They're not the ones that put their names down on this place, though. I'm the one that's paying the rent right now, so...
You really love to lie all day long, don't you, you nasty girl? I think you should leave my brother. That way, I'll be allowed to come live there with my family again. Actually, you don't have to leave him yet, because I'll be coming to live there anyways.
What are you talking about, Bailey? You're not gonna live here. There are no more rooms available for you to live in here.
Have you not heard anything from my mom yet?
Huh? About what? You're not saying that you'll actually be allowed to live here, right?
If you don't like it, then maybe you should leave that place. Because I don't really care about what you think about me coming to live there.
But if you come to live in this apartment, you should care about what I think. Well, whatever. I'm going to check with everyone else about this. Bailey is telling me that she's going to be living here with us now. What's that all about? I just checked with Mom about that, but this all has to be a joke, right?
I only just heard about this myself. I didn't know anything about this. I'm so sorry.
Randy, you get what's going on here, right? If things go any further, I'm not going to be able to handle this.
I understand that, and that's why I'm sorry. I'm already really thankful for what you've allowed my family to do, and so you telling me that anything else is impossible is totally understandable. So that's why I'm planning to say something about this as well. But she's my little sister after all, and I know that she's going to do as she pleases, whether I'm okay with it or not.
If that happens, what are we going to do?
Well, if what I say to her doesn't get her to stop, then we'll have to go with Plan B.
Well, that all depends on what happens at that point, right? Let's wait and see what happens with her, I guess.
You're still not out of that place yet? I'm going to toss all your things, Katie.
Huh? Why would you even say that? And before you answer that, didn't Randy already have a word with you? He should have told you that it'd be impossible to move in with us, right? And whatever happened to the husband you had?
You don't have to worry about any of that, so just shut up and leave. A stranger like you has nothing to do with me, right?
So, no matter what you've been told plenty of times now that it's not possible to move in with us.
Well, my mom said it's fine to move in, so stop trying to go against my family, you stupid woman! They are my family, and you're not!
Really, I'm shocked by all of this. You really will not listen to me. I guess at this point, there's really no point in me going easy on you any longer. What I mean is, I'm appalled by you, and you've pretty much pushed me to my limit.
And I'm in the same boat as you right now. Don't you ever forget that it's my parents that are allowing you to live there with them. You're a disgusting little parasite that's stuck to their backs. Are you not embarrassed to be leeching off of your own husband's family?
Don't you think you've had enough of this? All I've heard from you is one rude thing after another, and it's driving me nuts.
Then just leave, and you'll never have to worry about my family again. Coming into my parents' apartment without ever thanking them for it and leeching off of them both. I'm going to live in that apartment of theirs, and you're going to have to leave.
Well, then I'll do just that.
Hurry up and get lost.
And I'll do just that. I'm leaving. But just know that Randy will most likely follow me out as well.
Randy will too? Why would he leave?
Because I've told Randy all about the things you said to me, and I think he's had enough of you acting like a little brat. So he'll be leaving this apartment as well, and you can do whatever you want.
Why though? Randy doesn't have to leave with you because he's just fine being there. I was hoping that all of us could live together again like old times when we were all younger, but...
No, it's too late for that now. If you have started to get your whole family involved in this, including your brother, then I probably would have divorced him and gone off on my own. But Randy has stayed on my side and has realized that you and your crappy parents are all too selfish to be around, and he wants to end things with all of you. And I'm with him on that.
But ending things with us is far too extreme. Randy really is a dunce after all. I think he'd be better off cutting ties with you.
You're the dunce, Bailey.
Huh?
Well, having to talk to you about things any longer will be a huge waste of my time. Good luck with paying for the rent of that place.
It's not gonna be my problem.
Do you even know how much it costs per month to live in that apartment? I wonder if you'll be able to pay for it.
Huh? Stop fooling with me, Katie. I have a job and work enough to pay for anything I need to there. And it's not like I'm going to have to pay for that place's rent anyway.
Why not?
Because my parents will be paying for the place, so I'm all set. They've been paying for it this whole time, right? I'm just coming back home to them, so they never asked for me to pay. I've never heard of parents ever asking their cute little girl to pay rent.
You really have such an unexplainable confidence in things working out for you. Well, at this point, I don't care what happens to you. Go ahead and do as you please.
And you can get out of my parents' place now, you parasite. But make sure to tell my brother that he can come home anytime he wants when he has enough of you.
Why not tell him yourself? I'll be changing the name on that place to yours for you, okay? So you go ahead and see for yourself how it is there, and then do as you want with that information. I'm going to tell my husband that you don't want anything to do with me anymore. Now goodbye. Answer your phone. What? I'm not going to answer my phone because I'm not in the mood to hear your voice.
Well, this is about the rent here. I think that there's something wrong with all of it. And so I'd like to talk some of this over with you. Now answer your phone. There's no way a place like this would cost me $7,000 a month, right?
What do you mean by that?
Huh?
Why, is there no way they charge you $7,000 for rent? That's how much that place costs to live in per month.
You're lying, though, right? They must have put an extra zero or something on there, right?
Well, that apartment is right in the middle of the city, and it's very spacious, so there's no way a place like that would only be $700 a month, right? Are you starting to freak out a little now that you realize $7,000 a month is something you can't afford?
Wait. What? There's just no way.
But aren't your parents supposed to be the one that's paying the rent? You were so confident in that before, right? Heh.
Right, you have a good point. They'll pay for the rent. Now I can relax myself again.
Well, good luck there.
I never even had to bother myself with talking to you about this. I'll be able to make it here with my parents no problem. I should have just talked with my parents from the start. Goodbye now, you freak.
You don't have to say things like that anymore now that I'm gone. You're the one that came to me with all this anyway. So why would you start acting that way again? Heh. Know that you really don't have to talk to me anymore, so bye. Do you think you can stop all of that now? You've called me over 200 times now, and there has to be a limit with you, right? When I didn't answer you the first 5 times, didn't you think to give up? Why are you trying to talk to me so much? What do you want with me?
I'm not going to give up now. They used my car without asking me to pay for this place's rent. Do something about all of that.
Yeah? What do you mean by that?
They used my credit card to pay for this apartment's rent. Can you believe any of this? Were you the one that asked them to do that?
So what you're saying is that your parents weren't going to pay for the place, and so they use your card without asking you to pay?
That's right. Why would they do that to me? I don't think my parents would ever do something like that to me. You must have told them to do this to me.
No way. It's getting time for you to read the air a little, huh?
Read what air?
Your parents are a perfect example of a couple of freeloading idiots. You don't think the two of them using your money to pay for things is ridiculous of them?
My parents have been really happy to have me home and laugh all the time about how they were able to get me back after you left.
And they always acted so happy to have me there because of my money.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, to start, the two of them, your mom and dad, both moved into our apartment without ever asking your brother or if they could live there. And during that time, Randy lost his job and wasn't making anything. And I felt bad thinking that all of this had to go down while he was without a job. And so I started to pay for the rent and everything so that your parents didn't start to fight us. But while I had to pretty much care for your parents' selfish needs as well as Randy and my own, you were off somewhere always texting me about how I was a parasite to them.
Are you kidding me? What? That's what was going on? Why would my parents be that way with you?
They had no more money and had to sell their house. And so they lost their place to live and came to that apartment. But when they came into our apartment to live with your brother and I, they began to take our things and sell them for extra cash. And Randy was getting ready to kick them both out. But then, you told us that you come move in, and that was the best news we've ever heard. So, we were finally able to carry out our plan B, which was to move out of that place and cut all ties with you. Right now, Randy and I are so happy that you came back.
What the hell?
Well, you guys are all trash. Anyways, you and I have no ties to one another anymore, so do you think we can stop talking now?
Well, I'm not able to get in touch with Randy anymore, so I can only talk to you.
I think he's already gone and blocked you. Not sure, but that seems like something he'd do.
Wait, Katie, I just want you to listen to what I have to say here.
Well, if that's all you want.
My parents have left me here.
What?
They said that if I wanted them gone, that they'd leave me here. And they really did end up leaving me here and running away. I have no idea where they're at now, but they shouldn't have anywhere else to go, right? And they've already used my credit card to pay for this place's rent, so I'm going to have to find a way to pay that off.
I see.
And also, I can't hold this back any longer, so I'll tell it to you straight. What happened with my husband is that he found out I was cheating on him and wanted to get a divorce and was asking me to pay his settlement to him as well. So I thought coming back to you all would give me a way to pay him back for all of that. But I never thought things would only get worse the moment I came back to my family.
Well, that'll happen. You even wanted your parents to help you pay off your settlement, which they didn't, and now you have nowhere left to run and have no money.
I know. So, do you think you can help me?
What do you want me to say to that, Bailey?
Say you will! You're my brother's wife after all! You and I are family, right? So, helping one another out is what we do when it's needed, right?
I'm humored to see that you want my help now, but who was the one that made a huge fuss about me and kicked me out of my own home? Take some responsibility for that, okay?
But that's... Even if you think that's okay, please, Katie, help me out. I won't be able to pay that $7,000, and if I miss the payments every month, I'll only have to pay more in the long run. I won't ever be able to pay that much, so please help me.
No matter how hard you try asking me, that's not happening.
Why not, though?
Your brother and I have already moved away and have nothing to do with you now. And even after telling you all of this might happen, you still went ahead and let me change the place's renters too, right? I don't know about that settlement you have to pay, but you'd better take care of that soon. If not, you're only going to be digging deeper into all of that debt. I'm sorry, but I don't think you'll ever be able to live a normal life again after this life. You should have been a little more level-headed about your situation before you began to make stupid decisions, right? Heh. You poor soul. After that, Bailey was never able to pay the rent and ended up getting kicked out of the apartment. Her credit card was maxed out, and so the payment would never be processed, and she still needed to pay her ex after cheating on him. With all of that, she began to stress too much to be able to work efficiently at her job, and so she ended up being fired from her job. She lost her whole family, as well as her place to live, and now she was living a life with nothing more than the clothes on her back. She finally began to see just how stupid she was being with the plan she had made, but it was already too late for her to stop it from playing out, and has been left with a whole lot of situations. I'm sure she has no idea what to do now that would help her back up, and I doubt she ever will. As for my husband and I, we have been working on getting a new place for ourselves that we can call our forever home, and my husband has been trying his hardest with the new job he landed. At some point, him and I would love to forget about the toxic family we had to deal with, and I'm sure with time and a lot of new changes in our lives, that'll begin to happen.
Hey, Larry, aren't you a bit late coming home today? This couldn't possibly mean you're out with another woman right now, right?
Huh? That's not it. I told you a while back that today I'd have long meetings after work and wouldn't be able to come home until afterwards.
I don't ever remember you saying that, though.
No, I did tell you though, because you said to me that you'd be fine with me being late tonight. This is an important meeting about what'll happen with the company after the merger and my job here.
Then what? Is this you trying to call me a liar or something then?
I'm not saying that you're a liar though, but I did tell you last week. I texted you about all of this. I even have the messages I sent to you right here. If you'll take a look for yourself, you'll see. It was last Saturday when I told you all of this at like 1 in the afternoon.
Ugh, you're getting real annoying. I don't care, I just want you home. I don't sit here all day doing nothing but chores and such for you to never be home when you should be.
I don't remember you ever really doing any chores though, Pam.
When will you be back by? If you can't make it home inside 30 minutes, we're getting divorced.
Wait, but the meeting is only just getting started. There's no way that I can get home in 30 minutes, Pam. This meeting is going to take at least an hour and a half.
What? You should be able to make it home from your office in that short of time.
What is going on with you right now?
Listen, Larry, tell your boss and everyone that your wife wants you home right now and they'll all have to listen. If you can't make that happen, I'm going to assume you're with another woman. You don't want your wife assuming that of you, right?
I can't. They know that you're not pregnant or anything, so I can't use that as an excuse, but I'm telling you that today is a very important meeting. If I leave this meeting before it even begins, then my higher-ups are gonna stop relying on me. I promise that I'll be home right when this meeting is over, so please forgive me. There are times when you never come back home some nights, right? You'll even go out while I'm in the shower and never tell me a thing.
Is that so? You seem to care more about the girl you're sleeping with than your own wife. I guess she must be better in bed than me, huh? Well, whatever. You really are such a rotten man. I think a liar like you is going to burn in hell when we're done here. Actually, I'll make sure of it.
But I'm serious when I say that I'm not cheating on you.
Yeah, do whatever you'd like. But before you get too far with her, can we get a divorce? I'd at least like the peace of mind knowing my husband isn't sleeping with another woman.
What? Why do you keep making all these comments?
Because I don't want to keep living with a lying husband is why. I'm going to tell my dad about this, and once we're through, I'll make sure to get a settlement from you as well. I'd get myself prepared for that if I were you.
Hey, calm down a little, okay? I'm seriously in a meeting right now. If you really don't trust me, you can call the office and ask them if I'm here or not.
I'm sure you've already told all your coworkers to say something like that to me while you're cheating. I can't believe this.
Hey, just hold on.
If you'd really like me to forgive you for this, then I want you to get me that wristwatch I've been looking at for a while.
Huh? But that thing cost $3,000, right? That's about the same amount that I'm making in a month. And recently, you've bought some really expensive perfume, so I really can't afford that watch.
I see. I guess it's divorce then. Great work, Larry. You really helped yourself out here by making it very obvious that you don't love me anymore. I'll make sure to head to the city office first thing tomorrow morning to hand in the papers. And then you can run along and enjoy what comes after.
Oh my gosh, Pam, please just listen to me.
If you don't want me to leave you, get home now.
Hey, during this whole meeting, things about you haven't really seemed right. You looked all pale and were constantly looking down at your phone like you were in a life or death situation. What's going on? Also, the minute the meeting was finished, you jumped out of your chair and ran out without even saying goodbye to us. We even had some cake and stuff as a present for sitting through that late meeting. Is there something you need help with? You understand that you can talk to me about anything, right?
Hey, Ben. Well, Pam is acting up again.
Oh, come on. What's it about this time?
She's upset that I couldn't make it home earlier today from work, and she told me that if I'm not home soon, she'll cause even more trouble for me. I made sure to explain that I had a very important meeting today that just so happens to be in the evening. Actually, I told that to her last Saturday, but she said she never knew anything.
When you say trouble, is she talking about going and getting a divorce without your say? Because that's the exact same thing that she said to you all those other times, and I just don't get how that's fair.
Yeah, she said that by getting a divorce from me, she would never have to deal with me or my stupidity ever again. I really can't deal with this much longer, dude.
Why is it that she's always got something selfish to say?
I'm not sure, but I can't fight her on these things.
Why not?
Because her father is a lawyer that deals with these sort of things, couple fighting, divorce, and settlement cases. If she took this whole divorce thing to court, she could get anything she asked for from me.
But when you think about it, they won't believe everything she says, right?
Sure. But in the case of her father, he's one of the most amazing lawyers the court system has around, and he can get anything done. I doubt that he'd normally do anything his daughter asks of him, but I don't think he really likes me that much either. I'm sure he wouldn't care if whatever Pam says about me is true or not. So that's why I really don't want to make an enemy out of Pam right now, especially when she thinks that I'm cheating on her right now.
What?
She's been blaming the reason for me coming home late from work at times on me being with another woman. She even said today that I'm with a girl and not actually at work. I told her to call the office so that she can confirm that it was me here if she didn't believe me. But she told me that I'd probably gotten all of you involved and that you would lie to save my butt.
Dang, so you really are in a tough spot. But Larry, if you don't do anything about this and continue to cater to her every wish, you'll just keep on living in misery. Is there even a point to living then?
I get that, but, well...
So? When you guys get into fights like this, she likes to ask you to buy things for her so you can get her forgiveness, right? What does she want from you this time?
A wristwatch that's worth $3,000. I'll have to buy it.
A $3,000 watch? What kind is it?
Huh? I'm not sure the name, but, well, why do you care?
It's nothing really, I just like wristwatches is all, so I wanted to know the make and model. Because it's pretty much my hobby buying and collecting them, so I can understand people by the watches that they want. I guess you could say it's like fortune telling. Do you have a picture or something of the watch she wants? Or even a link to the online store?
I have a picture that she sent me earlier. I'll send it now.
What? This is the watch that she wants from you? But this model is really meant for men to wear.
Wait, really? I know that there's a lot of people that don't really mind what gender things are made for anymore, though.
But the size of this thing will be way too big for her wrists, I think.
Right. Well, then maybe she's just thinking of reselling it once she has it on her hands?
Reselling it, huh? By the way, what was the perfume you bought for her called? The one that you gave her the last time something like this happened.
I'll send you a picture of it now. Do you know a lot about perfumes as well?
Yeah, I'm the kind of guy that likes fashion and accessories.
I see. Now that I think about it, she also had me buy a necktie for her. I'll send you a picture of that as well.
What? A necktie? Hold on, Larry, I think I know what's going on here. I can see that this is something completely different. I don't even need to see the pictures now.
Huh? What's going on then?
Come on, man. You should have known the moment she asked you for a dang necktie. No matter how you think of it, she has another man. Who do you think wears neckties normally?
Wait, there's no way that could be. She's the kind of person that really hates people that cheat.
She might just hate being cheated on, Larry. I'm sure she doesn't mind if she's the one doing it, and on top of that, you've said that she likes to go out late, even staying out until the morning sometimes. And when you have days off, she always goes out by herself, right?
Yeah?
Doesn't that right there look like the perfect setup for her to actually be going out with another man? Well, whatever. I know someone that can help you out with this, so I'll introduce you to him. He's a guy that I've become close with at the casino. He'll be able to follow up and see what she's been up to. There's no way that she's been doing anything besides cheating on you when she's having you buy her all those men things.
Huh? Wait, I don't understand. And someone from the casino? Do you really think they'll be okay? I'm sure they asked me to pay a lot for them to help me, right?
I'll make sure I cover the cost for you. Will that make you talk with him?
I guess.
But if he finds out that your girl is really cheating on you, I want some of the money back. That way there's really no risk to you, right? If she's not cheating on you after all, then you don't have to pay anything for this. And if she is cheating, then you get to leave her and win some money from her, which you can give a little of it to me. It's the perfect plan, Larry.
Well, I guess that's alright. Pam has the right to some privacy, right?
Larry, what kind of man are you letting your wife cheat on you and treat you like dog crap? Just let my man help you. I'll even make sure to keep all this a secret.
Fine.
Hey, Larry! What do you think you're doing going out by yourself on a Sunday? Do you just plan to leave your wife at home and go? I can see you're not even thinking right now. It's been so long since we've been able to have a day together and you've just thrown all that out the window.
Wait, but aren't you always leaving me home to go out on your own? You even have instances where you're gone all day and night for even 2 days. Hold on, you weren't even home when I left this morning.
I just got back, and when I walked around the house, you weren't here.
Huh?
Don't tell me you're the kind of man that likes to keep his wife restrained at home. You're the worst, Larry. I guess I have nothing better to do now than going back out for the day.
Wait, no, that's not what I meant. And don't leave the house again.
Sure. You want me to get all pissed off again, don't you? Then, while you're out today, I'd like you to bring me back that $3,000 watch I've been asking you for, okay? Okay? I told you that you need to give me the watch in order for me to forgive you, right?
No, I told you that I can't afford it right now.
Don't you want to buy your wife the things she wants from you? I'm saying that the watch is the next thing I want. This is the whole frickin' reason I called you a useless husband. You can't even save up enough money for a simple watch.
But I want to know what you even plan to use that watch for. It also looks like you haven't even used that perfume I got for you last time. And that necktie? What was that for? I don't get why you keep on asking for all these expensive things when you never use them.
Excuse me? Are you trying to talk back to me now? Oh, this is not ending well for you.
This isn't me talking back to you. I'm just asking some simple questions, that's all.
I'm over this. If this is what you want to try to do, then we're through.
Again with this.
Alright, I handed in the paperwork. I had to hand in the divorce paperwork to the city office since you didn't stop talking back to me. If you don't hurry up and try to stop it, we're going to end up divorced, Larry. You wouldn't want that now, would you?
Then I guess you're my ex now.
What?
You said you already turned in the papers, right? Then I suppose I'll go to the office and let them know I agree with getting divorced. And so we'll be nothing more than 2 strangers. Congrats.
Why are you acting all tough now? Do you not understand what'll happen to you now that we're getting divorced?
You're asking me that question?
I'm going to have you pay me a really high settlement now. I can then use some of that money to get myself that watch and more. You should already know that my dad is a very powerful lawyer that'll do whatever I ask of him. There's no way you'll be able to fight us in court.
Alright then, go ahead and take me to court over this. But I'll just let you in on this, I have my own weapons.
Weapons? What the hell could those be?
I have pictures taken of you cheating on me.
What?
For the past few days, I've had a man investigating you. I wasn't expecting him to really come up with anything, but just like that, the next day he came to me with a picture of you and that other man. I was shocked. You always told me how much you hate people that cheat.
Wait a minute. You really had someone following me? What?
I did. If you'd like, I can show you these pictures, and actually, I already have a lawyer with me, and he's working on preparing things for the court case. Actually, today I have to go back to his office to work out some more things.
Huh? You're joking. Larry, you started to doubt me?
Well, after getting some help from a few people, my eyes have finally been opened. Seeing the photos of you holding that man and going around with him really hurt. And now thinking back to how much I trusted everything that you said to me, I feel embarrassed.
I see. You really want to start a fight with me now. But you'll regret this because my dad really is a powerful man. He'll even find a way to say that those pictures are all photoshopped.
I'm sorry, but I've already talked with your dad.
Huh?
I've sent him all these pictures already. I'm not sure whether or not he questions them being real or not, but he trusted me.
Lies. My dad has already seen them?
Well, this is evidence I need to fight you, so I'd rethink trying to fight back at me.
What is all of this? Are you frickin' kidding me? You should have talked to me first before talking with my family about me.
You can't say anything when you haven't even been home the past 2 days to talk with me. Well, anyway, from now on the two of us are no more, right?
Wait, Larry, can't we meet up and talk about all of this in person? I can tell that the two of us are pretty worked up right now. So, once we've cooled off a bit, we should discuss all of this.
Do I look like I'm worked up right now?
I just want to talk this through in person. Then we can see if we really want to get divorced or not, right?
Have you forgotten already? You turned in the paperwork and told them that we were through. What point is there to us meeting and talking now?
I wasn't able to make it there in time. What are we gonna do? Do you really want the two of us to get divorced? Hold on, I don't want that.
You had been wanting to divorce me so much. I think you have some personal issues to deal with, Pam.
Huh? What? I'm not able to open the front door to the house.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's my house now, so I went and had all the locks changed.
Huh?
This was all done to protect myself. I had a locksmith come over while you've been out, and he went and changed everything out for me. I'll make sure to get all your things packed up and sent to you, so go find a place to stay for the night.
What are you talking about? This house belongs to the both of us, right?
Nope. This is a house that I signed for and took loans out on. And it's been me who's been paying off that loan for the past few years. When you handed in those divorce papers, you were giving up your right to live in that house. You can ask your dad about this and he'll tell you the same thing.
But you're being a total prick by having me thrown out of the house already. Do you not have a heart? We were married to each other.
There will be some properties separated between us, so I'll make sure to give you those things when they're decided on. But along with that, I'm also getting a settlement from you, so you'd better start saving up for that.
What? But come on. If this is what you plan to do, I'll just go live with Matt then. He'll kindly pay the settlement for me. Wait, huh?
What's wrong, Pam?
He's gone and blocked me. What did you do to him?
Did you really think that a man like Matt was in love with you?
Huh?
The man that helped me find someone to investigate you is my coworker, Ben. Well, Ben later told me that he knows a man named Matt. He said that he used to go to the casino with him a lot, but was one day kicked out. He would go around taking other people's money from them and would try and cheat at some of the games there.
Huh? Casino? He got kicked out?
Right now, he has a lot of fines to pay to that casino and has been going around trying to get people to hand him some change. He is a parasite, for God's sake. Pam, that man was always asking you to give him high-end things, right? I'm sure that everything you asked me to buy for you was then given to him, right?
This whole thing about Matt, is it true?
It is. You said it yourself that he's blocked you now, right? That must mean that he used you as much as he could.
Oh, then that means I'm screwed. I never once thought that this would turn out this way.
So now you can see that no matter what you try and do, you're still stuck, right? You'll have to just live with the fact that you really messed up and will have to go to court.
No, there's no reason for me to go to court. I'm telling you that I'm now starting to see what was wrong with me. I'm so sorry for hurting you so much. Can't you just give me one more chance, please?
No matter how many chances I give, you always seem to go back to being the person you are now. I think that a selfish, lying girl like you is going to end up in hell. After that, Pam tried to run back to that Matt guy that she'd been going out with, but the address that he once gave her turned out to never be his real address, so now she's left with no way of getting in touch with him or finding him. When she realized that she had been thrown out by the man that she hoped would save her, she fell into a very terrible depression. Following that, she was then forced to borrow a lot of money to be able to pay off the settlement to me, and had to move back to her parents' house so that she would have a chance of making it out of all her debt. I'm so glad that I made the choice to get her father involved in all this before she had a chance to lie to him. After a couple more months had passed, that Matt guy and another one of his friends ended up getting caught by the police and were taken into custody for avoiding all their fines. At this moment, he's now stuck in jail waiting for his court hearing and will most likely not be getting out of the system anytime soon. As for me, being away from Pam has really given me a lot of happiness back, and my life at work has also gotten a lot less stressful. The merger that I had to stay in that meeting for also took place, and I was very lucky to learn that in the merger I'd be getting a better pay and a new title. I've also started taking Ben out for lunches now to pay him back for his help, but I will never be able to thank him enough for helping me start all of this. And one more thing, I still feel like I'm too young to let a divorce like this ruin me relationship-wise, so starting next month I'm going to get myself back out there and start looking for a woman way more understanding and open than someone like Pam. Wish me luck!
Kenzie, for someone your age, you look very young.
Thank you for coming out today, Luke. You think that I look young for my age? Well, thank you so much for saying that.
I can tell that a lot of people your age are getting married and having kids now. And by the way you were acting today, I can see you really are wanting to get married to my son. You have taken really good care of your figure and everything, so be assured that you will get a husband soon enough. I'm sure the figure alone was enough to get my son's attention.
I do agree that a lot of people my age are getting married now and have kids of their own, but please don't think that I'm dying to get married or anything, and that's my reason for seeming so excited today. Well, no, wait. I am excited, don't get me wrong. It's just that I'm excited to be with Isaiah.
Was today not about your guys' marriage, though? I'm sure you were acting like that because you very well understand that without my permission, my son will not be allowed to marry you, right?
Today was about us getting married. Isaiah had been asking to meet my dad and everything before we went any further with talks about marriage, and so that's why we all set this date up for you all. Both Isaiah and I already love one another a lot and wanted to make sure that we knew one another's parents as well.
All right, you don't have to keep playing dumb here, Kenzie. I understand that you want to marry my son and all, but you can't keep talking like you know everything, or else you're going to ruin your image. Us men like women who are a bit on the stupid side and talk as though they don't really know anything.
Are you sure it's okay to say something like that to me? We're in a new century now, and that means it's probably best that you refrain from saying things like that about women.
Kenzie, you seem to think really highly of yourself. You are aware that I'm going to be your future husband's father, right? I think it's best that you keep your mouth shut a little more often from now on.
Things like that.
I see. You're not going to really listen to me then, are you? If that's going to be the case here, then I'll make it my personal job to set you straight. Next time, let's make sure you and I have a chance to talk to one another, one-on-one. I'll make sure to get us a private room and everything to talk in, if you'd like. This meeting will be very important to me, as I make sure to retrain you from head to toe.
What? You want it to just be you and I meeting next time? So you don't want for Isaiah to be there with us, or anything?
If Isaiah is there with us, he'll try and defend you. And then I won't be able to teach you how to be a proper woman around my family.
But, Luke...
Don't worry, I'll make sure to pay for your meal as well if we go out to eat. Make sure to wear a short skirt and be very excited to see me when the day comes. If you can do that for me, then I'll buy you whatever food and drink you like.
Stop that, please. You actually think saying things like that to me, of all people, is okay? I'm sorry, but you need to stop yourself right there.
Kenzie, do you have any idea how old you are? If you are not able to please men right now, then your chances of ever being married to someone will grow more and more slim. I think it's time you started to listen to your fiancé's father, so that you don't let this chance at marriage slip away from you.
The thing is, though, we're still only engaged, and we haven't even made plans for a wedding or anything yet.
Then that means you really need to start trying to get on my good side from here on out, right? That clothing you were wearing today was very tight on your body, and I could make out all your shapes as you sat there in front of me. From the moment I saw you, I knew that I was into your style, Kenzie. So as long as you keep things going with me, then I'll make sure to let you continue seeing my son.
What are you talking about right now? I really don't like the things you're saying to me right now, so please stop. That is not the way you should be speaking with your son's girlfriend, Luke.
And that's something I'm going to have to teach you about as well now. In the future, you are going to be a part of my family, and will be making children with my son. And I need to make sure that you are worthy of making children with my son at all. You should be aware of just how important it is for my son to be pleased as a man, right?
I'm sorry, but that is far enough. I'm going to have to leave now. Isaiah, thank you for coming out today. But, regarding your father, there are some things that don't feel quite right to me.
What was that? Did he say or do some pretty weird things to you today? From my point of view, it seemed that my dad was really into you. And that's a really good thing for our future together.
Really into me? You think so?
Yes, I do. By the time you had to leave, it felt that we were all a lot closer to one another. And when I told him about the work you're doing for a living right now, he seemed really impressed by you.
I'm sure he was. But, Isaiah, I kind of feel that things are a little too close between your father and I now. When you went to the restroom and things like that, your father, he would look at me in a completely different way.
Oh, I think you're just being delusional about things. You really think that my dad would be willing to act that way around his son's girlfriend? Oh, I'm sorry, Kenzie, but if you keep saying things like that, then I'm going to get a little upset with you next.
No, I don't think I'm being delusional or anything about it. On the way out of there, your father kind of brushed his hand against my butt. When he did that, things in my head really changed, and I didn't feel comfortable at all with how things were going.
Huh? What are you going on about? My dad has always been a very good guy with the ladies. You think him giving you a little touch on the butt means that he has feelings for you or something? Oh.
Then let me ask you this. What was the reason again for your mother and father getting a divorce?
I know that from time to time my dad could get a little carried away with himself around my mom. But my mom would always leave me at home all alone to go do her own things. So when you compare her to what little my dad was doing, my dad looks like a really good guy. He also allowed me to join the company I'm a part of now, so I have much respect for him.
And that's what I heard from you, which made me think he was a very kind man. But today he went and intentionally touched your girlfriend. You don't find any of that to be really strange?
And like I was saying, you're being very delusional about things. What does it matter that he touched your butt? There's nothing wrong with that. Back when you were a kid, were you never spanked or anything? I grew up always being spanked by him, and that's what turned me into the man I am now.
I'm not talking about spanking. The way he laid his hand on my butt then, it was nothing like a little slap or anything. Also, he was just asking me over text if next time just he and I could go out to eat. I asked him why he would want to do that and why he wanted to meet in a private room.
That's just how much my dad is into you, right? What is going on with you? You think that he's going to start touching you more if you go to that private dinner with him or something? He would never do something like that to a woman your age, so calm down already.
I never said he'd do something like that. It's just, as a woman, being in a one-on-one situation with my boyfriend's father after he said all that to me already doesn't make me feel all right. I can't relax at all thinking about it. I don't even understand why he wants only me to be there with him. He said it was to keep you from protecting me, but him saying things like that only make me feel worse about the whole situation.
Hey, seriously? I never thought you were the type of woman to get so worked up by that. Let me ask you this. What kind of environment were you raised in by your parents? Wait, didn't you tell me that your dad graduated from a well-known university?
Is that what I told you before? Because my father never went to college or anything. He didn't even finish high school. But he put in a lot of hard work and made his way up to the top and is someone that I respect a lot. I want you to meet with him next time, all right?
What? Hey, are you kidding me? Well, that has nothing to do with me, so whatever.
What?
You just told me your dad never even graduated from high school. That's pretty crazy. What you said just caught me off guard there a little is all. But once you and I are married, you will be entering my family, so your dad is never really going to have anything to do with me.
Hey, when you said something like what my father did was crazy, did you mean that in a good way or a bad way? Please don't tell me you look down on him for having to drop out of high school.
I never said I was looking down on him for that. Oh. But considering that I've gone to college and am on my way to becoming an elite, I've never had the chance to meet up with a high school dropout. Huh. I thought people like that didn't even exist, to be honest with you.
The way you say that, it makes me feel as though you do look down on him.
You graduated from college as well, right? So you understand what I'm saying here. Well, whatever. For right now, just make sure not to make any drama about my dad, alright? Now, I have to go out for some drinks, and I'll be using the company's money to do so.
I don't think you should just be saying something like that, Isaiah. Especially when it has to do with the company's money.
You'd think I would allow a wedding between a high school dropout's girl and my elite son? If you're going to become upset by what I have to say, then you be upset with your failure of a father.
There is no way someone like you just went and splashed that hot coffee all over the place. I had to go to the hospital to get treatment for all these second-degree burns, and luckily the doctors and nurses were able to take care of it all right away. But they're saying there will be scars left over from all the burns. Which means now I'll have scarring on my left arm, my left leg, and my neck because of you. What the hell is wrong with you, you brute?
I want to ask that about you. How dare you hide the fact that your father is a dropout from my son and I, and make your move to try and marry my son?
I wasn't trying to hide anything. I was never asked about my father, so I never thought about talking about his education. It seems that the only ones who care so much about people's educations are you guys. If that's always been the case with you both, then you should have asked from the very start about things like that.
You expect me to believe that in this day and age, there are still people that never finished high school or went to college? Jeez, such a sad family who has raised you. And thinking about the way you said no to my invitation. I can't believe it.
If anything, isn't that the biggest problem to you right now? This has nothing to do with my father's education, but with the fact that I said no to my boyfriend's father's advances.
And if that is my problem with you, then the fact you understand that I'd have a problem with it means you did say no to me on purpose. You have no idea what you're doing right now, huh? Ha! Well, now you've gone and poked the bear, and are going to be in a real treat now. Nobody beneath me is going to overlook what I say.
What did you say?
You are from a family of lowlifes, trying to enter my family of elites. And by doing so, you are trying to take advantage of my son's income, so that you never have to work another day in your life. I'm sure a life like that is exactly what you're after, because you would be set forever, right? Well, if that's the life you want to get, then you're going to need to try harder to get on my good side. Ha!
You need to stop speaking about my family like that, please. There is no reason to be talking down about them.
Still trying to act all tough, are we? I have no other choice then. I'll have to do something that'll open up those pretty eyes of yours. You are still in your 20s, right? Just barely? Well then, you need to listen to everything I say to you. If you can do that, I will let you marry my son. Huh.
What else do you have to say?
You're going to have to provide some services to your fiancé's father now. You'd better be happy that you're still considered young. If you were in your 30s now, I would never be giving you this kind of a chance.
Does this mean you want me to meet with you in a private room, one-on-one? There you're going to be doing things to me like you did before, touching my butt and the like? That's something I'll need to do with you?
Hey. Don't start getting too far ahead of yourself there. You're on the verge of becoming an old hag, with only a few months left before that really does happen. You should be more happy about a man like myself touching your butt. Start to be appreciative of the fact that I find you attractive still.
You really are screwed up. Who the hell do you think would ever want to go into a private room with an old fat man like yourself and let you feel them up? Start realizing just how disgusting you are before you ever talk like that, old man.
Excuse me? Kenzie, do you understand what position you're in right now? I have given you a chance to stay with my son, and you're going to talk back to me like that?
Well, then this means you've really gone and tied the knot around your neck.
I have no idea what you're talking about, little girl. You can't even compare yourself to me. when I've been around for longer than you, and I've done so much more for the world. No matter what you say to me, you're just going to make yourself sound like more and more of a sore loser.
We'll have to see about that then. My father happens to be the CEO of your company, so we'll have to see if you can still compare yourself to the likes of him.
What? Wait, what was that?
I said, my father is the CEO of the company you're working for. And due to all of the very unfortunate things you have said to me, I'll make sure he is fully aware. Expect the worst to come from him after today, so please look forward to it all.
Kenzie, you really think such a massive lie as that is going to fool me? Well, you did get me to clench my cheeks there for a second, so I respect you for that. But your lie is all but believable. A high school dropout like your father becoming a CEO. That's a great joke you've told me.
You think so? Then I'll make sure to let him know you've said that as well. Please be ready for what's to follow, Luke.
I just want to say that I'm so very sorry for everything I've done and said. I never once thought that you of all people would turn out to be the daughter of my CEO. I am so terribly sorry for the rude behaviors I had when speaking with you in both person and through text.
Ah, so you've finally come to understand your place? Well, I'm sure you're already aware of this, but a lot of people within the company are now very upset with you. And that means you are most definitely going to be fired.
Hold on a second. I have no idea who you or your father were at the time. I never thought that my CEO would even be a high school dropout. And when I heard that a lot of the other people on the board never went to college and things like that, how could something like that be?
Well, as you can see, it can indeed be. And now you've gone and pissed them all off. So how's it going? Did you have fun with all of them in the meeting room? Was it enjoyable hearing all of them talk about the things you were saying to both myself and about my father?
It was so embarrassing for me that I couldn't even bear to keep myself from crying. I regret everything that I have done and said from the bottom of my heart.
Can you give me an example of what made you so embarrassed that you had to cry? What exactly do you regret doing so much? Hopefully, you'll be able to give me a good example right now of what you'd done wrong, right?
When they started to tell me about how poorly I had been talking about the CEO, when I heard he was a high school dropout, and about the way I had used that to try and break things off between you and my son.
What else?
There's the part where they started to tell me about the way I behaved with the CEO's daughter, you, in a very inappropriate manner.
Were you able to get all of those men on the board to agree with you that because of your age and the generation you're from, that it's okay to go around touching the butts of women half your age and saying that it's okay to do so because that's the only way someone like me would be allowed to marry your son?
Please don't say it like that.
Don't say what? You were trying to make me understand that, right? If you really want to have your fun with younger women, then perhaps it's better you get yourself a prostitute instead of feeling up the CEO's daughter. As far as the company and myself are aware, what you had done to me, touching my butt like that, is a crime. Sexual assault, one might say.
But you're going to become my son's wife, so I thought that as family it would be alright to do that.
How frickin' vile of you to say that. I can't believe there's someone I know who could say such a thing to me. I'm not even a part of your family in the first place, Luke. And if I was, there would still be loads of problems with you touching me. I guess you have no idea what the punishment is for touching a woman in a sexual way without her consent. It's because of disgusting men like you who think there's nothing wrong with being monsters around women that this society is constantly being held back.
I really am so sorry. I didn't think you would be so against me doing that.
You didn't think so? Have you ever had a look at what you look like recently? It's one thing for a really good-looking man to think something like that, but an old geezer like you thinking I'd be into you touching me up is just hilarious. How childish, really. I think you'd better start getting a grip with the thing you really are and begin to work towards acting like that thing instead.
I really am so sorry. Of course, now that I've been made aware of things, you are more than welcome to continue moving forward with your marriage to my son. And I'm sure the both of you would make a great little family together.
Huh? You think things are just going to continue moving forward after what's happened? I am never going to marry your son now, Luke.
Why not? You came all the way out to see me and talk about the marriage.
The reason for me not wanting to marry him anymore is because my eyes have been opened. When I tried to talk with Isaiah about what was going on with you, he didn't seem bothered by it at all. I could see that he was just as awful as you, and that led to me having a change of heart.
Wait, please! Right now, this is all a problem between you and I, right? Your marriage to him shouldn't have anything to do with me, and that's why he might have been a bit dismissive about how you felt about me.
But it has a lot to do with the marriage. If I were to marry your son, then I'd have to become family to you. And who knows what you'd do to me then?
You don't have to worry about what I'll do anymore.
To be frank, I just don't want to become family with something like you. And when I tried talking with Isaiah about what you were doing, he took your side and agreed with your tactics. I was feeling really uncomfortable about you, and yet he made it seem to me like he was okay with that.
That's just... He's a lot like his father, is all.
I could tell that if I made him my husband, I would be putting myself right in danger's way. And when I told him about how I had been hurt badly by that hot coffee you spilled on me, he seemed to think that was my fault for being in the way. That right there killed what little flame I had left in my heart for him. I'm happy to see that he's not at all like the man I loved before, and that once I became a part of your guys' family, he would not care one bit about my safety.
What?
By the way, my father is very aware that Isaiah was hired into the company by his criminal dad. So my father will have your son fired as well.
Criminal? You're calling me a criminal?
Who else would you be?
I am so sorry for what's happened. But you can't say I'm a criminal for what's happened. Please forgive me and let this all be.
Not only did you fling hot coffee all over me and give me second-degree burns, but you also touched my butt without my consent. I'm going to make sure the police are aware of this, so please allow them to walk you to your new room in hell. After that, the police arrived at Luke's house and took him into the police station for questioning. And this led to word about what he had done spreading even deeper into my father's company. Soon after the questioning was over with, though, the police did come back to Luke's house again, and this time letting him know that he was under arrest and would be taken to court by my father's lawyers. There he would be charged with both physical and sexual assault against me, and would have to serve 5 years for it. And on top of that, he would also be required to pay me a settlement of around $150,000. For not only the crimes he committed, but also for my medical bills, as I would still have to undergo a few more treatments to help with my burns. Luckily, he had that kind of money in his savings, but after the money came to me, he was pretty much left dry and wouldn't be able to make any money back for the next 5 years. Isaiah then came to me a day after the court case and started to apologize to me while crying. But when I told him it was no use and that I'd not be marrying him, he ran off. Word about what his father had done and everything was already within the company now, but things were only made worse for Isaiah when I explained to my father about how he'd use company money to go out drinking and things like that. He was fired not too long after his father, and now the both of them can experience the hell they've entered together. This is what those two deserve for never understanding that the way they acted was not acceptable in today's world and quite illegal in most cases. As for what's happened with me after that whole fiasco, I'm back home living with my mother and father again. I'll be with them for a little while as I got time off from work so that I could rest and wait for my burns to all heal up. I know this outcome wasn't all that great for me because I'll always have scarring that will remind me of Luke and Isaiah. But that's a whole lot better than marrying into that family without ever knowing what kind of monsters they really were.
Just how long are you going to keep living off of my parents, huh? What is the matter with you? Don't you have any shame or pride in yourself? How can you just keep living this way? Are you just never going to stop until you drained every single penny from my poor parents' bank accounts? Do you really think that just because you're my brother's wife that you can get away with taking advantage of my family like this? Well, I'm not going to stand for it. Do you hear me?
Amanda! It is just so lovely to hear from you. A real treat every single time. I see that you're still going on about this nonsense of me taking advantage of your parents. But as I've already told you over and over again, I am no leech. So, can we please just drop this whole thing already?
Well, of course a leech wouldn't think of themselves as a leech. They would think they're just going about their everyday lives while they suck everything from everyone around them. But just who told you that you were allowed to move into the condo with my parents, huh? You do know that they own that building and you have no right to be there, do you?
I'm really sorry, Amanda, but I think you must be mistaken about that condo. I mean, you do know that it's my name on the lease for it, don't you? So basically, that apartment belongs to me, and we're all living in it. Does that make sense to you?
You think I care if some stupid piece of paper has your stupid signature on it? None of that matters at all if you're making my parents pay the rent on that place. Does that make sense to you?
But I'm not making your parents pay for the rent, so I'm not sure what you're talking about at all when you say that.
You really have some nerve trying to brag to be about living in such a nice place when you're not even the one who's paying for it, you little rat. I know for a fact that your entire life is being bankrolled by my parents, and I'm not going to stand for it. I won't see you drain my parents of their savings because that's my inheritance.
Amanda, what is the point of this conversation? What are you trying to say? Because you're really just not making any sense at all. I mean, Brendan and I both have full-time jobs that we work very hard at. There's just no truth to these claims for leeching. At all. So, I really just want to know what is going to make you happy, or at the very least, stop sending messages like this to me and accusing me of things I'm not doing.
You want to know what I want? Fine, I'll tell you what I want. I want you and Brendan to move out of the condo and let me and my husband take your place. That's what would make me happy.
Really? Is that really what you want to happen to solve this? Even after you've spent years barely even talking to your parents? I don't understand. Why are you suddenly wanting to move in with them now? Did something happen? Do you need some kind of assistance?
Oh, shut up. I wouldn't accept help from you if we were the last two people on Earth. I just wanted to be there for my parents now that they're getting up there in age. Is that really so bad? I just can't help but think that they must need some assistance living in that giant condo all by themselves. That's why it would be best if my hubby and I moved in and took your place. My husband is already on board, so you might as well just say yes and move out.
Well, first of all, your parents literally do not live alone. Brendan and I also live in this condo, as you well know. But I still don't understand why you think you and your family would be able to move in with us. I know this place is big and all, but I think we're already at maximum capacity with the four of us. And I just can't see 6 people sharing this space comfortably.
Sharing? What on earth are you talking about? Do you really think that I would ever want to live with you?
Sorry, then what are you talking about? What is it exactly that you want from me?
I want you and my no-good nerdy brother to move out of that condo so that my husband and I can move in. I already made that very clear in other messages. I'm ordering you to move out right now. Do you understand me?
But I thought I already explained to you that I own the condo. The lease is under my name and everything, so I don't understand why you would want us to move out.
I already told you that I don't care whose stupid signature is on what stupid paper. You're living with my parents, and as her actual child, I have the right to demand to live with my mom. Over you. You're just standing in the way and being obstructionist at this point, so just leave us alone already.
So I guess you're just going to completely ignore the fact that your brother is also here and living with your parents then? And if you really think that we're such awful people to be around your parents, why don't you go and ask your mom herself what she wants? I mean, they were the ones that moved into the condo with us, I'll have you know.
Oh, I will go and ask her. You can count on that, Tracy. But in the meantime, you and Brendan should pack your bags and get ready to leave.
So, you're really serious about this then? You're really going to try and kick Brendan and I out of our own condo? I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, it's clear that you haven't even talked to your parents about any of this. Maybe you should do that first before jumping the gun like this.
What the heck is the matter with you? I told you that I wanted you out by the end of the week and you're still here? You must have really been trying to piss me off. I guess that explains why I slapped you right on your stupid face.
Are you sure that you don't mean to be apologizing to me right now? I mean, seriously, Amanda, have you lost your mind or something? Why on earth would you do something like this? What is the matter with you?
Oh, shut up, you sore loser. I told you and Brendan to be out of the condo by now and you weren't. You had plenty of warning, so don't act so shocked about this. And what about these boxes that you've left here at that condo? Are you going to come and get them or shall I just chuck them all in the garbage?
Amanda, you are seriously going to regret doing this. I don't think that you understand the mistake that you're making. I mean, you clearly had no clue that it was Brendan and I, mostly me, that were letting your parents stay with us out of the kindness of our hearts. But you seriously hit me to get me out of my own home. You are not going to live this down, and I will make sure that you pay for this.
Oh, please. You think I care what some little leech thinks about what I've done? You two can just disappear for all I care. Now this condo is all mine. And we deserve it much more than you do. After all, you were just leeching off my mom and my dad, using them like your purse and piggy bank. But I talked to my dad, and he said it was fine if we move in.
I'm wondering if you've heard the saying, pride comes before the fall? In this, I think it's more idiocy than pride, but it can be hard to tell with you. I mean, you really just don't know when to quit, and now you've gone and made a real mess of things for everyone.
There you go. Now the real you starts to come out. You know that people only resort to name-calling when they have nothing of value to add to a conversation. And besides, don't go acting as if you weren't trying to steal my family's home around from them. I was only doing what I had to do to protect my parents from horrible people like you and my brother. So just shut up, accept that you've lost, go and never come back, and take my stupid brother with you.
If insulting people means that you have nothing to add to a conversation, then that certainly explains every message you've ever sent to me. I seriously can't deal with you when you act like this. You are just being totally unreasonable and I can't stand it.
Oh, just give it a rest already, would you? You've lost. Don't you see that? I won. The condo is mine. My parents are safe and all is right with the world. Now my husband and I are going to live with and take care of my parents, and you two are never ever going to bother any of us again.
All right then. I hope that you all have a nice life.
And don't ever let me catch your ugly muck sulking around this building either. You got it?
Okay then. I understand. But if you're doing this, then there is some business that we need to attend to. Of course, I still haven't forgiven you for this, or for hitting me in the face. But there is some paperwork we need to take care of. Like changing the name on the lease. Okay then, it's all done. I talked to the leasing company, explained the situation, and that should be the end of it. Enjoy living in your new condo, Amanda!
It's about damn time you got back to me. Could you have moved any slower? You really are useless if I took you that long to change some names on a form. It really is a good thing that I'm kicking you out now. Who knows what damage you might have caused.
Well, does it feel good? Do you think you've won now? Are you glad that your brother and I are finally moving out? Because Brendan and I couldn't be happier to finally be rid of that place.
Oh, please. You think I'm really going to buy that you're happy and that I was able to steal your home away from you? Try less harder. I mean, you two are homeless now. You have nowhere to go, and I've taken everything from you. What could you and my stupid brother possibly be so happy about?
Oh, Amanda! I think you're mistaken again. Brendan and I aren't going to be homeless at all. We've been living in a hotel and we'll keep doing so this week while we arrange all of our stuff for the move. I told you over and over again that Brendan and I both work full-time jobs. And we have quite a bit amassed in savings now. Not to mention the fact that I'm going to be charging you a prorated fee for the time that you'll be in the apartment, as well as for the down payment and everything like that.
You really expect me to pay you a single cent? Why on earth would I ever do that?
Well, because in all those documents I sent you to sign, your husband signed a deal agreeing to pay all of this. So I'm afraid you can't run from this one.
Wait, what? You can't be serious. We're not going to pay anything that you didn't already explain to us that we'd have to pay beforehand. That's just ridiculous. It's particularly theft.
I'm sorry, but it really isn't my fault at all if you or your husband just signed those papers without reading through what they said. But anyways, you've already signed them and they've already been officiated, so there really isn't anything you can do about it. And then, once you've paid Brendan and I what you owe us, we'll agree to never ever talk to you again. Which means that we expect to never hear from you either.
Whatever. I don't care about anything you and my lousy brother have to say. We would never even want to talk to you again anyways. And besides, we still have this condo all to ourselves. I seriously doubt that whatever we owe you is even going to be that much. So we'll pay for it for no reason than to finally be rid of you.
All right then. If you pay us what you owe us, then we'll be out of your hair and you'll never have to deal with us again. That is what you want, isn't it?
You know darn well that's exactly what I want. Not only was I able to save my parents from being in the clutches of horrible vampires such as yourself, but now I finally get to live with my parents.
You know, you keep calling me a parasite and accusing Brendan and I of leeching off of your parents. But I think that you and your husband are going to be the real leeches.
Say whatever you want, you sore loser. It isn't going to change the fact that I have a condo and you don't, and you're clearly just jealous of that fact.
Great. Well, think what you want. I really don't care. I hope that this all turns out the way that you want it to. Good luck with everything, and never ever contact us again, okay?
I was just about to tell you the same thing about not contacting me. I really don't care at all how you and Brendan's life end up, really.
Right, well, I guess I'm just wondering how you two are going to afford to pay rent on that place next month. After all, it was not cheap to live in that place, but I'm sure that you'll all figure it out. Good luck!
Whoa, what? What is that supposed to mean? Is that some kind of joke?
Nope, I'm very serious. You'll have to pay to keep living there. It's kind of how these things work. Anyways, we're still busy with moving stuff here, so I've got to go. See ya!
Tracy, what is the meaning of this, huh? I mean, how could this happen? You need to explain to me what is going on right this instant.
Oh, Amanda! That's so funny hearing from you so soon. I thought you said that you were never ever going to reach out to us ever again. I wonder what this could be about. What seems to be on your mind? And please make it quick. I really don't have the time to talk to someone like you.
We can't afford the rent on this place and things are falling apart here fast. We even asked my parents to pay, but they said that they don't have any money in their bank accounts.
Well, yeah, I knew that already. But anyway, what is it that you wanted to talk to me about? Unless... No, Amanda. Say it isn't so. Don't tell me that you didn't know your parents were penniless.
Wait a second. You know that my parents didn't have any money in their bank accounts?
Of course I did. Why do you think that I was the only one paying for everything up until about a month ago? They certainly couldn't afford to do it.
But that's... Wait, what? Are you kidding me? So they really don't have any money at all?
That's what I'm telling you. Your parents don't have any money that I wasn't giving them. In fact, both of your parents were in so much debt that they had to sell their old house. That's when they had to reach out to Brendan and I and ask if they would live with us.
They sold their house because they were in debt? But I had no idea about that. Why didn't I know about it?
Probably because you never showed any interest in your parents until you thought you could use them to steal my condo from me. But it's all true. They couldn't afford to live in their own place, and so they begged us to let them move in. And we said yes.
But then, how am I supposed to pay this month's rent? I certainly can't afford a place like this. Tracy, what if you moved back in with all of us and then you could go back to paying how you used to?
You can't be serious about that, right? You really think that I would ever move back in there and live with you guys again? No. Brendan and I already told you that we never wanted to hear from any of you ever again. We've already bought our own new condo and we don't want anything else to do with any of you as long as we live. Do you understand?
Hold on a second. You and my brother bought a new condo together? But I don't believe it. How could you do that to me?
To you? This has nothing to do with you at all. We just needed a place to live since someone kicked us out of our old place.
But I had no idea that my parents didn't have any money. How could I have even know that? You should have told me about this before you let me kick you out.
Oh, please, Amanda. I told you time and time again that you should really talk to your parents about this. But you just wouldn't listen. Besides, do you really want me to feel bad for you after you slapped me in the face and stole our condo?
This can't be happening. Things weren't supposed to be like this. I don't know what to do.
I tried to tell you that Brendan and I were not the so-called parasites that you thought we were. If anyone was living off of anyone, it was your parents off of us. We were paying for every little thing at that place.
But that isn't fair. I thought that you were just trying to brag about your money so that you could scare me away from taking over your condo. You should have done more to convince me that this was a bad idea. This is all your fault. We were so happy to get to live in this huge place because we thought it was going to be free. But it's not like that at all. How could you do this to us? You betrayed us.
Betrayed you? Please do not tell me that you're trying to make yourself out to be the victim here. I am not going to stand for that for 1 second.
It isn't fair, though. I thought that my parents were going to pay for everything and that I wouldn't have to worry about anything after we moved in here.
Please tell me you're not serious about that. I mean, how old are you now? You're not some kid who gets an allowance from their parents anymore. You're an adult and you should know how to live within your means. Although, I can't say that I entirely blame you for not knowing how to save money, given the fact that your parents clearly didn't know how to do that either. But if you thought you wouldn't have to pay for anything, then you've just been delusional this whole time.
But I just wanted my parents to pay for things.
Repeating it isn't going to make it happen. You do realize that, right? Saying that you want your parents to pay for everything isn't going to change the fact that they don't have any money. Brendan and I wanted to live in that condo where you all are at for so long. We waited, and waited, and waited on a list for vacancies, and then we were finally able to secure one. And then, not only your parents, but then you and your husband came and took it all away from us. But I've already signed over the condo to your husband, so it's your problem now.
What do you mean you signed it over to him? That doesn't make any sense. When did this happen?
Last month, Amanda. It happened last month when I sent that paperwork for you to sign. Did you really not read any of it?
Well, I kind of more just skimmed over the first page of all the different stats, but I thought that was where all of the most important information was.
All right then, that's fine if you did that, but it doesn't change the fact that you basically did this to yourself then. And I don't see any reason why I should give you anything or show any mercy because you were too stupid to not read a contract you signed.
But I didn't know that things were going to go like this. I would have never agreed to anything if I knew this was going to happen.
And what do you want me to do about it now? The documents are signed, everything is official, that's that.
But my husband and I have debt of our own, and a lot of it. There's no way that we could ever afford this place and make payments on it.
So that's what all of this is about. I had a sneaking suspicion that you might have owed money and that was what this was about.
You mean you knew this whole time that we were also in financial trouble?
Well, I did think it was weird that you two didn't own a home at all and that you were so eager to move in with your parents when you thought they were paying rent. It was just a guess of mine. But now I know that it's true.
But I still don't know what I should do. How do I get out of this mess now?
Well, one thing you could do is to look through the copies of the documents that I sent you. I think you'll see that if you fail to pay the rent, they will make a payment plan using your salary and take up to half of it while keeping a running tab for you that you'll have to pay at the end of the year.
But how much do I owe the building already?
Well, given that you two are technically new entrants, you have to pay the entry fee. plus the space, of course. I think you're looking at around $10,000?
$10,000? Are you kidding me? I don't have that kind of money.
Well, you better come up with it soon or else your debt is only going to go up. Oh, and by the way, the building does add interest onto the running tab that they'll keep for you. Anyways, have a nice life. I'm going to block you after this, and then Brendan and I are never going to have to worry about you or your parents ever again.
Wait, you're going to block me? You can't do that. Please, you have to help me. You can't just leave.
I didn't block Amanda for a while after that, just to see what she would send me. She kept begging for help and for me to give her Brendan and I's new address. But I was never ever going to do that. It was long afterwards that I blocked her. I heard from some old neighbors in the building that loud fights could be heard from our old unit, and that by the end of the month, they saw Amanda and her family packing up their boxes and moving out of the condo. I have no idea where they all are now, or what they're going to do about their debt. But quite frankly, I don't really care.
Hey, Mom. Is now a good time? I just wanted to remind you that we're going to be at the Oritz's house around noon tomorrow. Did you want me to pick you up so that I could take you there?
Oh, I suppose it doesn't really matter either way. I'm more than happy to take my own car to their place.
Oh, come on. You know that you don't have to go and do something like that, Mom. I'm more than happy to give you a ride up there. It's not like you're worried about me driving, right?
Oh, Rick, don't be silly. Of course I'm not worried about your driving or anything like that at all. It's just been a while since I've been in a car where you've been the driver is all. I'm not worried so much as I might be a little nervous.
Well, there's nothing to be worried or anxious or nervous or trepid or anything like that about me driving you, Mom. I mean, if anything, I imagine people tend to be quite scared when you're the driver. But anyways, I was just thinking that it would be easier for everyone if you and I just went and left together, don't you think?
Yes, you might actually be right about that, Rick. By the way, that reminds me that I actually just got a message from Mr. Ortiz saying that he has a last-minute meeting and that he's going to be a little bit late arriving tomorrow.
Oh, I see. Okay then. Guess that just means that we're going to be meeting Maria's mother tomorrow then, I guess. By the way, Mom, you do know about Maria's mother, right? I wonder what she knows about you. I hope this all goes well.
I imagine that she might not actually know much about me at all, but I guess we don't know until we talk to her.
But what if she doesn't know about you? I mean, what if her husband just never told her? I don't know. Isn't that something that a husband would probably tell his wife?
I think that after you get married and have kids, that what is considered normal really starts to go out the window. But anyways, you're going to be getting married soon yourself, so I guess you'll find out about what I mean soon enough.
Right. I guess I'll do my best to learn all I can then.
And of course, I'm just so happy that things are going so well with Maria that you've decided that you want to marry her. But I do have to say that I was just a little bit surprised to hear about how fast this all happened. I mean, are you really sure that this is the woman you want to spend your life with?
Well, if I can be honest with you, Mom, I am getting just a little nervous. There are a few things on my mind.
A few things on your mind? What are you talking about? What's bothering you, son?
Well, it's just that when I mentioned to Maria's mom that you were the only parent I had around when I was growing up, you know, because you were a single mother and all, well, it's like her attitude completely changed.
Her attitude? What do you mean by that? How did she change when she heard about that?
So, like, at first, Maria's mom, Carla, was really excited to meet you, and she would talk all the time about when she finally would and how excited she was to get to know you better. But then, as soon as I mentioned that you were the only parent that I had, she basically stopped talking about how excited she was to meet you and all of that. In fact, after I told her that I was raised by a single mom, she asked if I had any reason to ever even go back to see you at home.
Oh, I see. So you're saying that you think Maria's mom might have something against single-parent families or something like that, then? Well, I guess I'll find out for myself just what kind of woman she is tomorrow when we all meet. And I suppose if there are still things that need to be discussed or talked about, then we can cross that bridge when we get to it.
I know, but I was so shocked that she even said that. I just hope that tomorrow, when we've all finally met each other, that nobody has anything rude to say to anyone else. I would just really hate for the meeting to turn really tense and awkward, and well, you know how much I hate scenarios like that.
Of course, Rick, but I'm sure that everything is going to be just fine. I mean, maybe it really doesn't have any deeper meaning, and she was just speaking to speak. I really don't know and don't want to assume what she might have been thinking, but maybe she was asking about if you would have come to visit because she was worried about how busy I might be. I suppose it might still be too early to just assume that she has something against single mothers, right?
You're right, Mom. We shouldn't be so fast to judge, and maybe I'm just getting myself all worked up over nothing. But it's just what seemed to make the most sense to me at the time.
I see. Well, if that's the case, then I really don't think that there's anything to worry about. And I think that you and I should just look forward to meeting Maria and her family tomorrow. Oh no, please don't tell me that you've already gone home. Now why would you go and do something like that? I mean, you came all the way here and you didn't even have a chance to sit down and relax, and now you're already heading back home? I certainly hope that everything is okay. This is Carla, Maria's mom, isn't it? I really don't know why you're texting me like this after what you pulled. I mean, what was that all about just now? I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I can certainly tell you that I had no idea that you raised your son as a single mother. And once I did actually learn that, I realized that someone like you has no place in this family at all. Did you figure that out too? Is that why you left without me having to ask? I left because you didn't even have a seat arranged for me. It's not like you didn't know that I was going to be coming here with my son. If you know that 2 guests were coming to your house and one of them was the mother of the man your daughter was going to marry, wouldn't you arrange to have a seat for her? Instead, you just said so many horrible things about my being a single parent and demanding that I stand since I wasn't good enough to sit. I actually couldn't believe that you said that to me. I mean, I don't think I've ever had anyone talk to me like that before. Oh my, I'm quite sure that there has to be some kind of mistake here. After all, I never said any of that at all. I really wish that I was making a mistake here, but I know what I heard. And what's more, I don't know what other meaning your words could have had. Well, I don't know why you're so upset about this. After all, even my daughter Maria was agreeing with what I had to say about you. Did Maria really agree with what you were saying? Does that mean that both you and Maria have just been looking down on me this whole time? Of course we look down on you. That's what you do to people who are so far down the food chain from you. After all, you must know that my husband works for a company and earns a nice salary. Thanks to his hard work, my little Maria has never had to know what it's like not to get her way when she wants something. But you had to raise your poor little son all by yourself, isn't that right? You know what they say about sons raised in single-mother households, don't you? I mean, who knows how Rick is really going to turn out? I surely hope you can understand how, coming from a family like mine, that a single parent can only come as one of the most pathetic people in existence. You're saying that my whole existence is pathetic? I'm sorry, but I would like to know just why you think me being a single parent necessitates any of that. Oh, really? You mean you want to continue what I was saying to you before you left? Well, I would be more than happy if you would just return here. Of course, if you do come back here, I'm still not going to give a lowlife like you a chair to sit in. I stand by what I said about people like you needing to stand. So you mean that instead of trying to apologize, you're just going to double down? Are you really sure that you want to do this to me? I mean, do you really think that you're going to get away with this? What in the world are you talking about? Is that all you have to say to me? Is that supposed to be some kind of threat or something? I know that you can't do anything to me at all. The fact of the matter is that you and I are completely different levels, and that a woman like you couldn't do anything to affect me even if she tried. And you just won't stop with all of the name-calling either. Do you really not see how you're being very rude right now? After all, this is the first time that we're even meeting. I don't think I could ever talk to someone who I just met the way that you're talking to me. But am I to take the way that you're talking to me and treating me as a reflection of how you feel about our children getting married? Don't be ridiculous, you silly woman. Of course this has nothing to do at all with our children getting married. Sorry, what do you mean by that? You're saying that your feelings for me and the marriage are completely separate? Of course! Why in the world would I be against an upstanding young man like Rick marrying my daughter Maria? I think they would make a wonderful couple together. After all, Rick works a good job and earns a good salary, so I know that he's able to provide for Maria. The only problem here, the only thing that I'd like to get rid of, is you. So you're saying that you basically just want me to hand over my son to your family and just disappear from the picture entirely? Well, I'm glad that you put it that way. Seems like we're finally getting closer to being on the same page now. And you should know that there won't be a seat for you at their wedding either. I can guarantee you that. Please, this is just getting silly. Are you being serious? You're going to try and keep me from going to my own son's wedding? Of course I'm serious. What about any of this makes you think that I'm not? I'm deadly serious about getting you out of the picture. I see. Well, I guess if you're going to act this way, then I know what I need to do. But I'm just going to warn you now that you probably should have waited for your husband to get back home before you started treating me the way that you were. Oh, please, what does my husband have to do with this at all? You think that he would have come to your defense? A nobody like you has nothing to do with my husband at all. Well, either way, I am certainly not going to be returning to your home to receive more of that. So thank you for your time today, and goodbye. Now, hold on just a second. I still need to make sure that after our children get married, that you're going to stay out of Rick's life forever. I mean, haven't you figured out at this point that you're only weighing him down from what he could really be? I think that an old woman like you needs to learn her place and get lost. After all, I can't think of a single family that would agree to let their child marry the child of a single parent and still want to keep that parent around. There's a reason why I didn't arrange a seat for you, and it's because you're not wanted or needed here.
Don't you realize what you've done? You've just condemned our whole family, Carla.
Our family? What are you talking about now? Have you gone crazy or something?
No, you silly woman. It's me, Pedro. I'm on my way home right now, so you just wait at home for us to talk, okay?
Wait, what? Pedro? Is that really you? Why in the world are you with Tammy right now? Oh, your husband was in quite the rush, so he only had a short time to write you some messages. Anyways, I actually just bumped into him outside of the house and was explaining to him a bit about what happened between us. And I made sure to show him all of the messages that you had been sending to me this whole time as well. Wait, what? I still don't understand what's going on here. What do you mean you talked to him outside of the office? Are you talking about his office? Why do you know where my husband works? I'm sorry, but now that I've heard that even my son has given up on trying to hang in there with you all and is going home, I really don't think that there's any more need for us to talk to each other. But thank goodness. I am really so happy that we dodged this bullet. I mean, having my son marry your daughter and having to deal with you would be just terrible. So I can happily say goodbye and please never ever bother me again. Just wait. I'm so confused. What's going on right now? Please, you have to explain what's happening. What are you talking about? Why should I have to wait? What am I waiting for? I don't really see what else you and I even have to talk about at this point. I mean, after your husband heard about the way that you were treating me, he completely freaked out. He apologized profusely to me for the way that you were behaving, and I think that this really isn't my problem anymore. If anything, you're going to have to deal with it at home once your husband is back for the day. So then, Pedro really knows all about what I was saying to you? You really told him everything? How do you even know my husband? What is going on here? Well, I know where he works at least. Do I really need to go into any more detail than that? Wait, just one second. I just got a message from Pedro. Oh, he's telling me that you're the president of the company where he works? Is that really true? How could this be? That can't be right at all. I'm sure that you think it can't be possible that someone like me could be a company president, let alone for the company that your husband works for. But these days, there are many kinds of people who are taking leadership roles in the corporate world. I don't really see why my position should be all that shocking at all. Besides, are you telling me that you don't even believe what your own husband is trying to tell you about me? Oh, it's just that, well, I mean, you're a single mother. How could someone like you climb so high up the corporate ladder? Oh, this doesn't make any sense to me at all. You're supposed to be poor and stupid, and the poor and the stupid aren't meant to lead companies, especially not the one that my husband works for. I'm sorry, but I think the only one here who firmly believes something like that is you, Carla. And I suppose that you based your treatment of me on all of these assumptions of yours as well. But the truth is that you really don't know anything at all, do you? But, this isn't fair. How was I supposed to know that you were my husband's boss? Nobody ever told me about this. Oh yes, I can certainly see that you had no idea of who I am at all now. But is that supposed to be my fault? After all, it's your husband who works for me. Don't you two ever talk to each other at all? Excuse me, how dare you question how my husband and I communicate? You don't know what you're talking about at all. Are you really sure about that? Because I think that I can probably take a couple of educated guesses at the very least. After all, it seems to me like you two don't actually communicate when it comes to important details like this. And because you two don't communicate with each other, you had no idea that not only was the mother of your daughter's fiancé coming to visit, but that I was also your husband's boss. I just don't understand how you actually had no idea who I am. But nobody told me anything. This isn't my fault. I just thought that you were the mother of my daughter's fiancé, and that's it. Well, I'm not sure that this all has to fall on you and your husband, you know. After all, it sounds to me like your daughter shares some of your own biases, and she might have been giving you bad information as well. And I suppose you heard all that, and you just took the word of what person had to say about me and assumed you knew the rest of my character. But, come on. There's no way that my daughter didn't know that she was dating the son of a company president. How could she not know about the mother of her own fiancé? But surely if she knew about you, then she would have told me from the very start, so maybe she didn't know after all. Yes, well, it seems like your husband was worrying about how he should best introduce me to you all. Although now I have to wonder why your husband didn't say anything sooner. Does anyone ever talk to each other at your house? I don't even know what to say to this at all. I'm just so confused as to what's going on right now. Although now I'm curious about how you've treated other people from work that your husband has brought home for you to meet. Of course I treated them very courteously. I would never want to disrespect someone that my husband was bringing home from work. I see. So then basically you were just treating me the way that you were treating me because of your assumptions about single mothers? And yet even though you knew that you weren't going to like me, you still arranged for this meeting just to snub me like this? I'm sorry, but I can't see how any rational adult would think that that's an appropriate way to act. I was only thinking about my daughter. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't have someone who could hurt our family getting near us is all. I see. And you think that the way you were treating me was the best way to go about achieving that? I can understand making someone want to leave your house in a huff, but did you really think that by doing that we were going to convince my son to abandon me just to marry your daughter? I guess that's what I was hoping was going to happen, but now I don't even know. I see. Well, I'm afraid that my son just isn't that kind of person, and I'm afraid that he isn't going to be marrying anyone that would try and make him that person. I only thought that if my daughter ended up marrying your son and you were still going to be sticking around, that you might try and take advantage of my family is all. I thought that one day you might come around asking for money or someplace to live or something like that, and so I was only trying to prevent you from getting comfortable with us. Oh, trust me, you made me plenty uncomfortable. You don't need to worry about that. But I just have to tell you that after this little show, not just myself, but even my son is sick and tired of you. Both you and your daughter for the way that you were insulting me and making me feel unwelcome. I just wish that he never ended up meeting your daughter in the first place so that we didn't have to go through this whole song and dance. But, oh please, you can't do this to me. My husband is going to be furious with me for doing this. I just know it. I don't know what to do. Oh no, he just sent me a text saying he never even wants to talk to Maria or I again. Oh, please tell me that that's some kind of joke. I have no idea why you think I can answer that question for you at all. I'm not a part of your family, and that really isn't my business at all. It sounds to me like something that you need to work out between yourself and your husband, so please leave me out of your personal drama. But, you can't just pretend like you don't have a part in this. This whole thing is your fault, don't you see that? You shouldn't have gone to Pedro about all of this. What are you talking about? Your husband and I work together. I ran into him in the office. Why wouldn't I tell him about this? Because now you've gotten me into serious trouble. And just why is any of that my problem? If you've gotten into trouble just because people found out something that you've done, then you probably shouldn't have been doing that in the first place. But I'll also take this chance to tell you that the engagement between our children is officially off. Oh, please, you can't actually be serious about this, right? Oh, things were going so smoothly before this. Why are you ruining the love that our children have for each other? It was all supposed to go so smoothly from here on out, too. We were going to start talking wedding details and getting serious, and now you've gone and ruined everything. I'm sorry, but this is your own fault. If you hadn't shown your true character, then maybe my son and I would still be fooled by your fake personality. Fake personality? How can you say that about me? What is the matter with you? But you know, more than anything else, I just feel bad for your daughter. I think that my son and her really had deep feelings for each other. But you had to brainwash her with your silly biases, and you made it so that she was just as unreasonable as you. Okay, now hold on just 1 second there. You can insult me all you want, but don't you bring my daughter into this. I wish that I didn't have to, but you brought her into this long before now. But anyways, I really don't have the time to waste on explaining all of this to you anymore. So I think that we're done here. I only hope that you never ever trouble anyone else in the same way that you've troubled me and my family. And so that's how my son ended up breaking off his engagement with his fiancée. Of course, he was crushed to learn the truth of the woman that he thought he was ready to marry. And I was so sad that my son had been so emotionally hurt by the experience. But later on, I heard from Pedro that when he got home, he was so upset with how his wife and daughter had treated me, his boss, that he demanded that they leave the house. Since then, I've heard that Pedro has begun divorce proceedings. After our conversation, Carla and Maria both began to blow up my phone and begged me to change my mind and talk to my son. But I ignored all that they had to say to me. I never wanted to see them again, let alone have to talk to them over the phone. And so in the end, Carla and Maria were left houseless and without a job. They became the very things that they had looked down on me for being. I suppose life is funny like that sometimes. As for Rick and I, my son has been spending more time than ever with me since he feels bad for how I was treated by his fiancée and her family. I told him not to worry about it and to just be a bit more careful choosing a partner in the future. I still see Pedro in the office when I go in. At first he was looking so tired and defeated. I talked to him and he said that he is seeking help and thinks that he'll be okay. I told him that my door is always open if he needs to talk, and that there will be a seat for him.
Riley, I just heard about you from Mom. You ended up getting pregnant? I'm sure that'll be tough for you, but try and do your best.
Thanks for reaching out to me, Keith. It's been a long time since we've last talked, right? We haven't even seen each other since your wedding, I think. Once I've had my baby, you guys should come over to see them. But I'm sure you guys are pretty busy.
You're right about that. I've had a lot of business trips recently, and so I've been all tied up. But I think I'll be back in Ohio soon, so I look forward to visiting you guys.
It must be pretty hard on Jessica as well, right? You being out of the house all the time and such?
Well, a lot of the time, Jessica will just go back to her parents while I'm gone. I'm sure she has fun by herself while I'm gone.
Oh, I doubt that, Keith. I bet she's always feeling lonely not having you around with her.
And that might also be true. I've been thinking of asking my company if it'd be okay to take a break from all the business trips for a while now, so that I can spend more time with her.
And that would mean a lot to her, I'm sure.
Well, for the time being, take care of yourself. When the time comes that you've had the baby, I'll talk with you again.
Thank you. And stay safe over there, Keith. I'm sure you like having a lot of work to focus on, but just make sure you're not overdoing it. Well, next time you're back in Ohio, let me know. Riley, how have things been for you? I heard that you've gotten pregnant. Congratulations. Are you getting close to term? Jessica, thanks for texting me. And I'm doing well, thanks. It's been a while since I've talked with you. I've only just found out that I'm pregnant, so it'll be a while yet before I am due. Is that so? Well, when it comes to that, I hope you don't get Keith too worked up over it. What do you mean by that? Well, you know how Keith has his troubles with anxiety, right? I know that he's already having issues worrying about himself and all, and he has to always worry about leaving me here while he's out of state. So, do you mind not really talking too often with him about your situation? Oh, you have a good point. He does tend to become a bit worked up when things are troubling him. Usually him and I don't text too often anyway, but you're right thinking that I should try to not get him any more worried than he already is. Right? So, do you think you can hold off on contacting him at all for a little while? Wait, hold off on contacting him in general? That's right. That'd be the best way of handling all of this. He's already worked up enough trying to stay in touch with me while he's gone, and I think even after he comes back, you should try and keep some distance from him. I don't want him worrying more than he already does about you. All right? You're his little sister after all, so you should want what's best for him, right? Is he really having that big of a problem with his anxiety right now? He's going through a lot. He's busy with work every day, and he just wants to be back here with me, but this year is looking pretty tough for him, so can you please listen to what I'm asking? I understand what you mean now. I had no idea about his whole situation, and I completely get why you'd be so worked up over this as well. I'll make sure to try my best to leave him alone from now on. I think that I'll give him a text when I do have my baby, but until then, I'll make sure not to stress him out at all. And when you have that baby, you can just let me know instead, and I'll pass it on to him. Huh? Are you sure about that? Yeah, because I'll be able to tell the perfect time when he should get that kind of news. So from now on, if you have anything you'd like to tell Keith, do you mind checking with me first? I really never knew he was having that bad of a time. His anxiety has been the origin of all his stress lately. So if he ends up texting or calling you about anything, please don't respond to him. When that happens, just let me know right away. Depending on how you handle all of this will result in how well his mental health stays above the water. What? He's really having that difficult of a time dealing with everything? But you don't have to worry that much about him. We are a couple, so I'll make sure to care for him. Well, if you think you'll be okay with him, then I guess I can leave you both alone. Jessica, please take good care of Keith while he's away. You can leave him with me. I'll make sure he's all taken care of. Well then, if anything happens that he needs to know about, I'll make sure to contact you first. For the time being, enjoy your time at your parents' house.
Are you not embarrassed by what you've done?
Huh? Keith, long time no see. Why are you talking to me like that all of a sudden?
You know very well what I'm talking about. I've never once thought you were this careless of a person until now. I'm not only completely disappointed in you, but also just horrified. Do you not feel any responsibility for any of this? Do you think after giving birth you don't have to bother anymore?
What the heck are you talking about, Keith? We haven't even been talking to one another for a long time now, but now you've come out of nowhere talking to me like that? What happened? Can you explain to me everything in detail so that I can understand all of this?
Even after approaching you like this, you still don't have a clue. Well, whatever. I'm at my limits now, so I'll have to tell you bluntly. You've been handing your baby off to my house every day.
Huh? What does that mean?
I'm not gonna let you act like you don't remember any of this. And what you've been doing is the worst thing any mother could do to their child. I misjudged you.
Hold on, man. LOL. Are you sure you're not just extremely jet-lagged right now? I literally have no idea what you're on about, Keith.
Are you kidding me? Even though you come to my house every day and leave your baby here? And then on weekends, you don't even come back for your baby? What the hell is this?
Huh? Are you saying someone's leaving a kid at your house?
It's your baby, Riley. You're the one that keeps leaving it here, so who else's baby could it be?
Alright, so what I'm getting from this is that there is in fact a child at your house right now. But that kid is not my kid. So can you stop trying to think that it is and getting all upset at me?
You think you could play dumb here and tell me lies like that? For the longest time now, I've been up all night because your baby won't stop crying. Why do you keep doing this to me? Isn't it messed up of you to leave your baby with my wife every day, forcing us to care for it? I'm no longer going to take care of it. And if you don't come over here right now to apologize to my wife, I'm cutting ties with you.
But my baby is still in my belly.
Huh? Then what's this baby doing here?
I don't have a clue whose kid that is. I have not been coming to your house to drop off any babies. I still have a baby inside me and can barely even go out often these days.
Huh. Then what is going on here?
Well, there's no use in asking me because I don't know either. LOL. Who the heck's kid is that? And who told you that it was my kid in the first place?
Jessica told me that she's had to take care of your kid all the time.
What? But I haven't even given birth to my baby yet, so how is she taking care of it all this time? It's still a while out until I'm supposedly due.
Then why? What the hell is up with this kid?
Well, I can see that you've come back home then. Why didn't you tell me anything when you came back? I told you to tell me when you get home so we could check up on one another, right?
I was told not to try talking to you. I was told that you've been having a lot of anxiety about your baby, and that talking to you would only make you more stressed. So I assumed that it wasn't the best time for a while.
What? But I still haven't even gotten around to having my baby yet. Who told you all of that? Well, I'm assuming you'll say Jessica, but...
That's just it though, so I have no idea what's going on.
She told me not to contact you in any way because of your anxiety.
Huh.
She told me that because of your work and being away from everyone that you'd become extremely stressed and anxious again. She was the one that told me all of that, hence me not contacting you at all. And she even told Mom and Dad not to talk with you.
I'll talk to her about this.
You need to do that. I'm not sure whose kid that is there, but the fact that there even is someone's kid in your house is crazy. Jessica is with you right now, right?
Since today I have the day off, she left me to care for the baby while she went out.
Could you ask and see if she's at your in-laws right now? They might be able to help you out with this.
I'm sorry about everything that happened before. I understand all that's going on now.
I see. What ended up happening? Whose baby is that?
The baby turns out to be my wife's secret baby.
I should have known that from the start. I was starting to get the feeling that that's what happened. I just didn't want to say anything to you at the time.
But I ended up treating you like a jerk and made you second guess everything over here. And because I believed everything Jessica told me about you, I went for so long without ever reaching back out to you.
But I'm in the same boat as you are, so you don't have to be sorry for any of this. But I wish one of us had spoken to the other a lot sooner than this. It must have been tough on you having a baby there that has turned out to have not been mine. Aren't you at least happy you came and contacted me finally?
Jessica was telling me not to worry about any of it. She said that looking after your baby wasn't a problem for her, and she told me to stop blaming you for something you couldn't control. And so that's why I never reached out to you sooner. I was also out of the state a lot for business, and so it was hard for me to fully understand everything that was going on at home. But now being home for the last couple of weeks has shown me what was really going on, and I thought it was all your fault that we had to take care of the baby.
Well, I can understand that when Jessica has been telling you the whole time that it's my baby.
But I chose to believe her. I believed her stupid lies for over 6 months and never once talked to you, but I finally had a break in order to let you know.
And that's why you were so upset about everything then. I was really surprised.
I'm so sorry about that. I just assumed that you already had your baby and everything.
But it's not your fault that she forced you to believe her lies. At least I really haven't had my baby just yet. I want to know how many months has it been now since her baby was born?
Around 7 months now.
What? So this was after you guys got married then?
That's right. It seems that after we got married, she made sure to keep her pregnancy hidden from me.
Hold on though, that's actually really crazy, Keith.
I'm sure I would have noticed her belly getting bigger, but I was never home for a while, and so I never got to see her. That time I was gone was also when she had that baby, I'm sure.
Can she actually get away with that? You're telling me all those times you video called and such you never noticed?
I just assumed she was eating a lot for a while, and that she'd gotten a bit fat. And then when I finally got back home, there was a baby here. And she immediately told me it was your baby that you'd left with us, so I believed her. I assumed you were still having troubles of your own mentally, and so I didn't want to bother you.
Jessica really lied about everything then. This was all a part of her plan then, huh?
I know that before we got married she was cheating on me, and once we had gotten married she must have noticed she was pregnant. And since she didn't get that big while carrying the baby, she could keep it all a secret while I was gone. Until she was finally able to give birth, and I think she just planned to keep this lie going for as long as she could, even if that meant ruining our relationship between you and I.
Well, you can't just let her get away with this, right?
Well, I think her plan is to wait for me to leave on a trip again, and during that time, hand off the baby to one of her family members to take care of, and then act like none of this ever happened.
There's no way she'll be able to do that now though, right? LOL.
I know that, but she has done so well keeping this all a secret from me. I think she'll just continue to play dumb even if I do confront her until the very end. She made it this far, right?
What are you going to do now?
I'm going to divorce her instead. That baby's not mine. It's from the man she cheated on me with. And I'm sure she'll still want me to stay with her. But I know well enough that she'd only want me around for my money. Also, she got you all wrapped up in this mess. I just can't deal with her anymore.
Keith, this is rough.
I'm so sorry that you had to end up in the middle of this, Riley. And me getting that upset with you before was not okay.
You don't have to worry about that. I 100% understand why you'd get that way after what you've explained to me. But I just wish you would have come to me sooner about all of this so that I didn't have to be called a bad mother. LOL.
I'm very sorry for saying that. I really did think you were an idiot for a bit there. But when you're getting closer to having your baby, I feel bad that I had to get you wrapped up in our marriage problems.
There's no need to apologize to me. I'm sure that from now on you'll have a hard road ahead of you. So good luck. Just know that Mom, Dad, and myself are all here for you if you need more support.
Just hearing that from you gives me a lot of confidence. Good luck with your baby, okay? I look forward for the day you have that baby.
And I look forward to you divorcing that crazy woman. Make sure to have fun with it. Just remember you can talk to me anytime now. In the end, Keith was able to divorce Jessica. He was also able to get a settlement from both Jessica and that man she had been with and then proceeded to kick her out of the house. From there, Jessica returned home to her parents' house. If she had never lied to him about the baby in the first place, Keith may have been okay raising that baby with her. But by the time he'd figured out, it was already far too late. Well, she did get me involved in all of it, so I don't blame him for tossing her out. At one point, Keith even brought Jessica to my house and had her get on her knees to beg for my forgiveness. But since then, I'm not sure what has happened with her besides going back to her parents' place. And as for Keith, he's back out of state with work. He looks to be doing well with his work now, and that's good news to me. And back in my home, I was able to finally have my baby, which my brother immediately fell in love with when first coming to see. And he told me right before he had left back out of state that he was no longer talking or listening to Jessica anymore. Thank goodness for that.